Hello everybody, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. My name is Steven Marcateros, and today we are looking at the Western Zone. Yes, it's that new thing that we've been working on for a cumulative theory of number of episodes, and right now you're watching episode 9 of this, and we've been working on the Western Zone for the past couple of ye old episodes. Now, take a look at the scene around you, and tell me the one thing that probably doesn't fit in. And if you said the sundial, I disagree with you. I think that fits in perfectly fine. No, it's this giant blue coaster over here on the right. This thing that we built as part of our efforts to create a theme park where we could get a bunch of people over to one area so they would spend money freely and at will. And so we created this as part of that program. However, it just doesn't really seem to fit in with the rest of the zone that we've created, especially since I've been doing some of the theming that I'm now going to show off. So between episodes, I do like to work on some of the things, so I made a food and drink area, most remarkably called the Peasant Area, and I think that's a good name for it. I think that's the proper name for it. These are the peasants. This is the area in which they eat food, so I think that was named very well. It's right behind this beautiful, beautiful crate building, which definitely isn't a duplicate of the one over there. I've also put up a little bit of a thing over here by these stations. Of course, they've all closed now because apparently our employees like leaving us. We really need to have that Gulpy Slush 3 open because, like, it seems nobody can get any sort of beverage around here. And, yeah, that was the gist of what we added. I also added a nice little building over here on this side, right at the entrance to try and boost people's moods. I just thought it would be nice to have something right here so then they walk into the park. I still haven't added a proper entrance. You know, they wouldn't just be staring out at an open field, so now they walk around and they get to view this gigantic, beautiful little thing over here. And then they also can see this. I really should put one of those sandstone window things there for that one. So yeah, that is essentially what I've been working on. And now, I am going to say this because I do feel this a little bit, but I may have gypped you a little bit on the last episode. Episode 8 may have been a little bit on the short side, a little bit not containing the greatest information in the world. You know, not really what you wanted to see in an episode of Planet Coaster. And I agree with you. You know, I know when we cheat out our subscribers a little bit, when I say we, but more like me, I know when we make mistakes and stuff like that, and I'm trying to recover from that. So I'm trying to make these episodes super special, super good, super high quality, so you guys will forgive me for making an episode that wasn't really up to the par with the rest of the series. And one of the things that I feel like we're going to have to do if we're going to make big decisions like that is we're going to have to move this. Now, it was something that I was thinking about. I was like, we're either going to have to bulldoze Black Falcon 2, we're going to have to move Black Falcon 2. And, you know, one of the things I ended up deciding was that, you know, we put a lot of work and effort into this. It isn't the worst coaster ever made. It isn't the best coaster ever made. We're not going to open it. We're going to keep thinking about it. You guys are going to tell me whether or not you like Black Falcon 2 right in the comment section right now down below. You're going to say, hey man, delete Black Falcon 2 or keep Black Falcon 2. And we'll decide what to do with it later. But I figure when we have a move button available to us, the easiest thing to do is literally just pick it up, drop it over here, and do something different. So yeah, we can always mess around with this later. We can get some of the spacing down, but I'll move it there for now. It isn't too much of a financial harm for us to just move it out of the way and get this area back for us to use for other things. So yeah, just wanted to do that. I'm going to read some of your comments now because, you know, I always do say in the video to actually post your comments down below, which I do read most of them, but sometimes I don't actually get around to saying them in the YouTube video, so I'm going to point a couple out right now. The last episode of Planet Coaster that I've released to date as the recording of this video is Planet Coaster Episode 6, The Western Zone, and I asked what to name one of these coasters, and it was this coaster. This beautiful one over here, otherwise known as, let's see what it's called, Rival 1, which I've been referring to it as Rival 1. I asked you guys to submit names for the coaster, so I would stop calling it Rival 1 for that matter. And so one of the names that I got was kind of a controversial one. I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to call it. From Joseph Hartlane, called the Dodgeland Overseer, which does bring back terrible memories of slavery in the Civil War, but, you know, I've never been one to shy away from controversy in my YouTube videos. Rolling a healthcare plan. But, I think it's, I think we should just go with it. You know, it's better to, you know, just do it now, ask for forgiveness later. So let's call it that. The Dodge Land Overseer. There we go. Alright, so there we go. We have the Dodge Land Overseer beautifully riding over the park, majestically, seeing everything. I think that's good. It's, you You know, it's definitely not related to anything to slavery. So just make sure that's clear and that's out there. It's definitely not what it's relating to. Just like this isn't what you think it is. This isn't what you think it is. So what I actually wanted to do in this episode was I wanted to build another coaster here. So we built that other one, and it was meh, it was alright. Didn't really fit in with the whole theme of the park too well. And so what I was thinking is that we need to do right in this. We have to build something that is truly amazing and something that is truly incredible. Because if we don't do that, you know, I mean, what is really the point of this park then? What is really the point of this? And no, Sturdy2, I'm not gonna make a jungle theme park right now. You know, I don't really think we're gonna even get around to jungle themes. I didn't even know that was a theme you could do. Is that a theme we can do? Is there a jungle? No, there isn't even jungle. I mean, it's pirate, but that's about it. And festive and stuff. It was either this or sci-fi. So oh, I'm sorry, Sturdy2. I'm not gonna get around to making a jungle theme. Yeah, so I wanted to build a coaster that was incredibly themed. You know, you always see all these coasters and all these parks. What am I trying to refer to? Theme parks. There we go. We always see all these coasters, these theme parks, and they're themed. You know, they have themes. There's buildings, and there's, you know, like lighting and that kind of stuff, and they always look so fantastic and beautiful, and we have nothing like that here. I mean, the closest thing we have to a proper themed roller coaster would probably be this one, which is going for a forest fire / castle theme. And I'm not 100% sure if that's even a theme that, you know, is legitimate or realistic. I mean, what is the theme of this one? Like, nature? Maybe? So, I wanted to build a coaster. Miss Ellie1 is unhappy. What? Why are you unhappy? Your workload is high? I'm sorry about that. Let's give you a little bit more money, actually. Let's train you, too. There you go. Next. Yeah, there you go. So now you should become capable. All right. So yeah, I want to build a theme coaster. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be in the Western thing. I'm still not 100% sure what the theme's going to be. I'm going to think it's going to be Western because that seems like a good theme to go with. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay out sort of an actual, like, themed ride. And I know we just broke 70 grand, which is exciting. I think we actually have a challenge award, yeah. Achieve a monthly profit of $1,000. The game was feeling really sad for us, so it decided to start giving us simple awards. You know, well, I think it might not be the best financial decision. I think we're going to go with the inverted two-seater. I just think it's a good idea. I don't think we have anything else like it. And I think it's going to be fun for the purposes of this theme. So, let's build this coaster. Alright, now this ride isn't going to be too intense, because I always go a little bit too intense with my roller coasters, and I never actually want to do that. See, like, this one's actually, like, quite a large roller coaster. It's one of the largest ones we've actually constructed, other than this one over here. And the more intense we go, the less kind of personal we can be with the coaster. So, I do think that's important to have. So I have been thinking and working on this project for quite a while, and I think I have finally come up with a coaster that we can use for proper theming, and I think it works pretty much a-okay for the purposes of what I want to do, including multiple areas where we can demonstrate particular types of scenery that may look pretty nice for the purposes of this coaster. Oh, darn it, Duncan Irwin quit. That's unfortunate. We better figure out where he actually worked at before this whole thing goes bankrupt here. So let's take a ride on this, where I can begin to talk about sort of, you know, this coaster and everything about it and all the cool features that it has. So as I discussed, you know, it's a little bit more of a themed ride, so it's going to have a lot more areas for display and whatnot than a coaster typically would, because most of the other things we've built are mostly just for, you know, trying to maximize airtime and trying to do all that. So we give ourselves kind of a nice loop down there, and it sort of like barely clicks onto that, which is something that I kind of like, where it's like, oh, is it going to do it? And it does. And it does it every time. It's pretty consistent. I mean, normally a coaster wouldn't typically need to be that scary, but here we go into the first drop. And so we come down like that, and then we immediately go into one of these turns here. Of course, with all that momentum at the beginning, we can't, you know, help but utilize it to some cool different features to try and make the ride kind of exciting. So there we go, and then we're going to do a nice little turn here. I haven't yet figured out what I'm going to do with this, because this is sort of an area where it's hard to do that kind of stuff, to build themed structures there. Getting up and around, and this is going to be more of where our themed areas are, right through here. Alright, and then we head nice and down through the nice gap, and then back down and through here. And then essentially back up, and that's the entire ride right there. We hit some trim brakes, and then we hit the black section, and then we go right into some drive tires to push us to where we need to be. Which is another little feature that I learned, that usually you can use these to pretty much terrify people out of their mind, because I always get scared when I'm sitting in a nice group of these things. So I'm thinking maybe we should move the brakes. I'm not really sure where I'd move all that kind of stuff to, though. Because, yeah, we have all that there. So then hopefully this thing will be able to push itself back into the station. Just like that. Alright, so the theming is going to be one of the hard parts that we're going to do about this. We're going to have to figure out how we're going to do this, because I haven't quite figured it out myself. Looks, we're actually making up most of that money, even though we just blew a ton on construction. Alright, and let's begin working on this, and I'll catch up with you guys when I actually have all of this theming near completion. Alright guys, so I haven't really gotten that far. This has been taking a really ridiculously long time to actually make all this stuff. First thing I had to do was I set up this massive building here where I could begin to build everything, which I still haven't actually finished yet. And then I had to start beginning to decorate the inside of it. So if we go into this kind of mode here, we can see that I still haven't completed this roof yet. And these people get on here, and essentially they come out through here, and then they begin to go around into this room here, which I think is pretty cool. And we can actually see that happening in real time when they actually come down through here. So they fall into this bit down here. And then that's where they begin to go up into their nice steep climb right in the great outdoors, where they're going to be on a roller coaster doing roller coastery type things. But other than that, I think I'm going to work on most of this off the episode, because just sitting here, you know, working on this is going to take me forever. So I'll just end up doing that on my own time. Make sure you leave that comment below about what we should do with Black Falcon 2. And thanks for the name for the Dodgeland Overseer. It's a pretty cool, nifty coaster to have. And it looks like we are starting to turn a profit, especially when we get this one open. Hopefully it'll have a pretty darn good rating, because it'll have quite a high scenery on it. So it'll be kind of fantastic. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. My name is Steven Marcateros. If you want to see more, make sure you click that red subscribe button down below. You guys know where it is. Otherwise, give us a thumb and tell us how you are doing down below in the comments, along with those other things. So yeah, otherwise, I will see you guys next time.